Flightfest 5x5. Five by five. Good evening, everybody. We'll get started soon. So good evening, everybody, and welcome to Flightfest 2020. We're hosting this, simulating the Flightfest happens, I think every 2013, 14, I'm not sure how many years it happened after that, so we're going to have around 10, 12, 13...
Flight to Hello Emerald, we're outbound in the Tadpole leg, ready to commence.
Various displays, so we'll get into it and I'll chat away as they come in. Shark 2013, Flightfest stops, Roger, call you back in 2 minutes, your ETA is 1905.
Copied.
So our first display is just holding out. And Shark 2013 radio check with the other aircraft. So the first display we have up is the most iconic one to give a good start, the Aer Lingus A330-300. Conor O'Brien flying that, Echo India Sierra Hotel November, delivered to Aer Lingus in 1994, so it's quite an old one. So they have around 15 330s in the fleet at the moment. And flying, as we know, to loads of destinations in North America and everything. And during lockdown flying to Beijing for the PPE to bring that over and back, as we saw. And then we have three PC9s then from the Irish Air Corps flown by Nathan, Rian and Alan. So they are the
Fox
workhorses
260
for the
availability 5. 3. 4.
and they started in 2004. So we'll get them coming in shortly. So I'll give you a look at the preparations we've done so far for this event. So this is the Dublin Towers airspace. We have the routings for the event here, the yellow lines, departing 28, taking off westbound, routing into Baldonnell's airspace, and then over Dunleary. So right now we have Shamrock 2013 here holding over Tedvo, and they'll turn left now to commence the display, so I'll call them in just 2 seconds to get them to do that. An emerald display when ready, cleared left hand turn to Tedvo. Your hold is cancelled and just call approaching Tedvo ready to commence the procedure, not below 1,700 feet for now.
Roger, we'll clear left hand turn to Tedvo and we'll call over Tedvo not above 1,700 feet. Emerald.
So we can see them holding off in the distance. So in real life, this is where the, no, excuse the scenery, this is where the Flightfest ops real controllers were controlling from. On top of the PwC building here. And Emerald, when ready, cleared on track Pigeon House chimneys and not above 1,700 feet. Report approaching, please.
Declared direct Pigeon House and not above 1,700 report approaching Emerald.
Flightfest 50 X-ray 280 with you level 3,000 feet in the whole of Tedvo.
X-ray 280, Flight Fest, good evening, Roger. Continue in the hold, your ETA is 1910.
Continuing to hold, copy 1910, X-ray 280.
So as it stands, the display team consisting of that Aer Lingus A330 and then the three PC9s, they're routing to Tedvo. From there they'll commence this procedure here, flying along the River Liffey. So the Pigeon House chimneys here, which we can see in the sim if we just switch to that, just there right in front of us. So they should descend, wrap around that and come in from the Liffey and then fly and break off. And then come back in again. Most of the displays will be doing 2 rounds, depending on time. And Emerald, further descent to altitude 800 feet with the procedure is approved. Report passing the chimneys.
Roger, further descent with the procedure is approved 800 feet, report passing the chimneys, Emerald. Emerald chimneys.
And Emerald, roger, thank you. Cleared to continue with the procedure, and you can call breaking off.
Continue with the procedure, we'll call break in Emerald.
So they should fly there and call us breaking off.
Silver smoke on now.
And so the first display commences.
Emerald breaking.
Emerald, roger, thank you. Clear left turn on track Dunleary and report overhead to recommence the procedure.
Roger, left on track, Dunleary will go and report ready for the procedure, Emerald.
So they should be coming around now for their next loop again. And funnily enough, despite the fact that the PC9 is a small little turboprop, it can actually go up to 320 knots, so it could well match the A330 to get back. X-ray 280, the Emerald formation in your 9 o'clock, 1,500 feet verified, 10 miles, report them in sight.
And I have Emerald in sight, X-ray 280.
X-ray 280, roger.
Emerald, overhead Dunleary, ready to commence.
And Emerald, roger, thank you. Left turn on track Pigeon House Chimneys when you're ready, and report approaching further descent to 800 feet is approved.
Roger, when ready, left turn on track, Pigeon House, further descent is approved, 800 feet, Emerald.
should get them in sight now shortly, joining. So here they come. So the PC9s in the Airshaker, they can fly to flight level 250, surprisingly enough, and they use them mainly just for pilot training and close air support and things.
Emerald at the chimneys.
Emerald, thank you. Cleared to recommence the procedure and report breaking off.
We're cleared to procedure, report breaking off, Emerald. Silver, smoke on, go.
X-ray 280, descent to 1,700 feet is approved.
1,700 feet approved, X-ray 280.
X-ray 280, you can commence your left-hand turn now on track to the Pigeon House chimneys.
Left turn, Pigeon House chimneys, Irish, correction, X-ray 280.
And there they go. So they'll break up now. The Emerald is the formation call sign, so that'll break up now to the Shamrock and the 3 PC9s.
Emerald breaking.
Emerald breaking, roger, fly standard break-off procedure.
Standard break off, Emerald. Silver, smoke off, go.
And Emerald contact Dublin Control 129.175, bye-bye.
12917, Emerald, good day.
Nice job.
Report being Pigeon House chimneys, X-ray 280.
So they'll make their way back the formation there to Baldonnel, the Aer Lingus A330 turning back.
Flightfest, have a very good evening. Stingray 04. We're at 3,000 feet in the Tesla hole, ready to commence.
Stingray 04, thank you very much, good evening, and maintain 3,000 feet. Your estimated approach time will be approximately 2.5.
Maintain 2,000 and still looking at 25, Stingray 04.
So, next up the PC-12 flown by Ian Keogh, our very own. Get
Request further descent, X-ray 280.
280 descent to 800 feet is approved.
800 feet approved, X-ray 280.
And X-ray 280, clear to commence the procedure and report in the left-hand braking off.
Clear to commence procedure, important to break off, X-ray 280. Pigeon House Chimneys, X-ray 280.
X-ray 280, thank you, and report braking off the procedure.
Wilco, X-ray 280.
Falling into that bridge. So the PC-12 is quite a new aircraft for the aircraft.
Breaking off the approach, X-ray 280.
This year. X-ray 280, thank you, and report Dun Leary.
Wilco, X-ray 280.
So they got 4 of them delivered, or in the process of doing so anyway, as far as I know. And the government bought it last minute to help with Ireland's response to fighting COVID-19. And they've had it doing loads of things, flying to Germany, even as far as I know to Africa. And the 3 that are on order are on their way anyway. This thing can operate up to flight level 300 as opposed to 250 for the PC-9. And lower cruise speed though of 285 knots. So we can go back to Euroscope. So we also have our next display here. So obviously at this point all aircraft are VFR once they enter once they leave the hold.
X-ray 280 is Dun Leary.
X-ray 280, thank you. When ready, clear left-hand turn on track Pigeon House Chimneys and descent to 800 feet is approved.
800 feet approved, left turn, Pigeon House Chimneys, X-ray 280.
Now with the Shamrock returning to Dublin. This being the line between Dublin Tower and the FISO controller Flightfest stops here.
Flightfest, a very, very good afternoon to you. Shamrock 1940, M50 tracking towards Brayhead.
Shamrock 1940, roger, thank you. And we'll call you back shortly.
And just confirm Shamrock 1940, you still want me to hold Brayhead?
Shamrock 1940, you can check the M50 southbound and your clearance limit Dun Leary for now.
Roger, track the M50 southbound, clearance Dun Leary, Shamrock 150, correction 1940.
Lost in the clouds somewhere. So we can see here they're just approaching
Pigeon
the
House
Pigeon House
chimneys,
chimneys.
X-ray 280.
X-ray 280, thank you. Clear to recommence the procedure, and you can call braking off the left-hand turn out to the red cow roundabout.
Clear to commence reporting the break off, left turn, red cow, X-ray 280.
So here we go, the PC-12 doing its final run now before it makes a left turn out on track to the red cow roundabout to go back to Baldonnel. At Stingray 04, descent to 1,700 feet is approved, and you can track direct to the Pigeon House chimneys now for joining.
Descend to 1,700 and we can route for the pigeons. Stingray 04.
Breaking off the approach route in red cow, X-ray 280.
X-ray 280, roger. Back into the soup. X-ray 280, standard break off and contact Dublin Control 129175, all the best.
129175, X-ray 280. Thanks very much, Sloan.
Slán. Stingray 04, descent to 800 feet is approved and report passing the chimneys.
Descend to 800 and report passing the chimneys, Stingray 04.
So we should see them shortly. So this is Kieran Longmer from the VRAF joining us. A few displays from them this evening. So Boeing P-8 Poseidon. Recognise it kind of looking like a 737, well it is a 737. With various weapons and things like torpedoes and anti-ship missiles. If we go over here we'll be able to see them. The weather getting worse as the night goes on, it seems.
This 1940, person down Larry's orbit here, ready to commence when you are.
Shamrock 1940, roger, that's copied. You can route to Tedvo if able to hold. If not, you can continue holding Dunleary.
Yeah, we'll probably just, we'll look to orbit around Dunleary here, just around the harbour. This is that type of hold. This is not happening in this old aircraft.
And here they come.
Stingray 04 will be in the chimneys.
Stingray 04, thank you. Clear to commence the procedure and report on the left-hand turn breaking off.
Clear to commence the procedure and we'll report when breaking off. Stingray 04.
And here she comes. So the RAF got their first P8 in November 2019, replacing BAE Nimrod in 2010 that retired. And here she goes. And so they use this aircraft to work with the Royal Navy and submarine hunting and things like that around the British waters in the North Atlantic. so it can
I'm on
calculate the
left-hand turn,
distance.
Stingray 04.
Stingray 04, thank you. Cleared left turn on track Dunleary, climbing to 1,700 feet and report approaching Dunleary.
Proceed to Dunleary, climbing to 1,700, and we'll report at Dunleary, Stingray 04.
Shamrock 1940, if you could amend that to be not above 1,000 feet, please, at all times.
Not above 1,500 feet at all times, Shamrock 1940.
Shamrock 1940, negative, not above 1,000 feet.
Above 1,000 feet, apologies, Shamrock 1940, descending now.
So we should get a call from them now shortly.
Stingray 04, overhead Dunleary.
Stingray 04, thank you. Not below 1,500 feet for now, and you can commence the left-hand turn to the chimneys.
Not below 1,500, and we can commence the left of the chimney, Stingray 04.
Shamrock 1940, if you could continue the right turn routing southbound to route back to Killiney and then continue holding over Killiney.
Roger, we'll turn step and then hold over Killiney, Shamrock 1940. Thank you.
And so while we're waiting, as far as how normal Vatsim traffic's affected tonight, all southbound departures out of Dublin are obviously suspended because otherwise we could get a few going really low level over here. The airfield's just over there to the north. So all sits to the south suspended and climbing straight ahead to make contact with Dublin Control, who will then keep them clear of us. So we can see here on Euroscope. They'll be tracking straight ahead and then a left turn out to remain clear of us. And Stingray's going to call us shortly. Stingray 04, descent to 800 feet is approved, clear to commence the procedure.
Descend to 800 and clear to proceed. Stingray 04.
So they're just approaching the pigeon house chimneys now. But they use this aircraft for quite a lot. What I said earlier in search and rescue missions goes pretty far, and we can see it now in the distance coming up.
Stinger 04 being the chimneys.
Stinger 04, thank you. Reporting the left-hand turn breaking off.
Full report on the left-hand turn breaking off, Stinger 04.
Here we go. So that's the RAF's PA Poseidon on their final run. And just about to commence the break-off procedure.
Breaking off, Stinger 04.
Stinger 04, thank you. Cleared standard break-off and contact Dublin Control 129175. All the best, thanks for that.
Clear for standard break off and Dublin on 118.6. Correction, 129.175. Stinger 04.
Shamrock 1940 can continue your right turn and cleared on track to the Pigeon House Chimneys.
Okay, cleared. To continue right turn on track towards Pigeon House Chimneys, Shamrock 1940.
So we have the Aer Lingus DC-3 next, coming in. First one in 1935. Pretty much the world's first successful commercial airliner. Mostly made for military kind of variants. And Aer Lingus flew a few DC-3s between 1940 and 1964. Between London, Amsterdam, Paris, those kind of places. Shamrock 1940, descent to 800 feet is approved. Clear to commence the procedure and report breaking off.
Could you descend to altitude 800 feet, clear to commence the approach? Shamrock 1940.
So from a DC-3 to a 747 next. Airsoft pre-soft signal.
Shamrock 1940, overhead Pigeon House Chimneys.
Shamrock 1940, roger, report breaking off. Clear to commence the procedure.
Clear to commence report breaking off 1940. Shamrock 1940, breaking off.
Bit of a model problem with the DC-3 anyway, that's how old it is. Shamrock 1940, clear left-hand turn on track Dunleary and report approaching Dunleary.
The left on track is Dunleary, we report Dunleary overhead, Shamrock 1940.
Flightfest, good evening, calling 917, Echo, just entering the hold at 10 phone, ready to commence.
Quality 917 Echo, thank you. Your ETA is time 4-2.
That's copied, calling 917 Echo.
So next up, the 747 here in the hole with the Logan Air Embraer waiting to commence as well. Hopefully. So hopefully the
1940 approaching the area, ready to commence then.
Shamrock 1940, roger, descend to 800 feet and report abeam the Pigeon House chimneys.
800 feet abeam the chimneys, Christian Pigeon House chimneys, Shamrock 1940. Line 40 approaching the Pigeon House.
Shamrock 1940, roger, thank you. Clear to recommence the procedure and report on the left-hand turn breaking off.
Clear to re-enter the procedure, clear and report breaking off, Shamrock 1940.
Quality 917 Echo, flight best stops. Hello, now your estimated approach time still remains 4-2 or 4-3. Descent to 1,700 feet is approved and you can track to the Pigeon House chimneys from your present position.
Remains 4-2, and we can now descend to altitude 1,700 feet, and we can now retract to the Pigeon House chimneys, calling 917 Echo.
Got something anyway, whatever it is. But this specific aircraft anyway, that's meant to be flown. Oh, here we go. Shamrock 1940, roger.
They're broken.
Was flown back in 1943. Shamrock 1940, standard break off and contact Dublin 129175. Bye bye. We'll change up the view this time.
Gonna break off 129175. Sorry about the first problem, Shamrock 1950.
No problem. And quality 917 Echo, further descent to 800 feet with the procedures approved. Report abeam the Pigeon House chimneys.
Further descent to 800 feet is approved, and we will report abeam, calling 917 Echo.
So, next up, the ASL Airlines Belgium 747 freighter. Jamie Patterson flying. First one in 2001 when China Airlines first got it delivered to them, and then was leased to ASL just last year. They have 3 of them in the fleet at the moment. So just coming over now. About 2 miles down to the chimney, so we should see them shortly. And here we go.
Only 917, I was just approaching the chimneys.
Call 917 Echo, thank you. Clear to commence the procedure. Report breaking off.
Continue the procedure and report breaking off. Only 917, Echo.
Here she comes down the Liffey for the first run. So max payload apparently of about 128, 129, 30 tons that it can take on board. That's a convention center.
167, come by, check. 2.
Probably
Flightfest, that's hello, 167, combine 3000 into the hold at Deadway. We're checks complete, ready to commence.
Park Island, good evening, Roger, thank you, call you back. Break call you 917 Echo, you commence the left hand turn now breaking off and report it being Dunleary again.
Commencing the break off and reporting the beam Dunleary, calling 917 Echo.
Another group from the RAF coming up.
Calling 917 Echo's beam Dunleary.
Quality 917 Echo, thank you. Cleared left hand turnout on track to the chimneys and descent to 800 feet is approved.
Commencing left turn, direct chimneys and descent to 800 feet approved, calling 917 Echo.
just for reference, this is Dunleary, where all the traffic routes to, and we have the VRAF holding up there. Very murky this evening. So we can get the VRAF frequency up. So we might hear them in the background.
Call in 917 Echo's been chimneys.
Call 917 Echo, thank you. Have you in sight, clear to commence the procedure and report the standard break-off.
Clear commence and report the standard break off. Call in 917 Echo.
So 747-400 freighter. ASL Airlines Belgium, really nice livery. Massive aircraft.
Call in 917 Echo's breaking off.
Call 917 Echo, thank you. Standard break-off is approved and contact Dublin 129175. All the best.
Break off's approved. You can contact Dublin 129.170. Call in 917 Echo. Thanks. Good day.
Bye. Boncom 967 cleared to the Pigeon House chimneys now, and descent to 800 feet at your own discretion is approved. Report the Pigeon House chimneys in sight.
Sorry, was that 167 combine?
Yep, on 67 combine, track to the Pigeon House chimneys now, and descent to 800 feet is approved.
Okay, track the chimneys, descent to 800, approved, 167, thanks.
So it's Jamie flying the Quality Wings 74, or not Quality Wings, the Quality 747 ASL Airlines Belgium. So next up, Joshua Seagrave and Trevor Hannon flying the Royal Air Force Airbus A400 Atlas and the C-17 Globemaster respectively, in formation, which we should see shortly. So Airbus designed the A400 with the 4-engine turboprop aircraft, mainly for providing airlift and kind of oversized lift capabilities and things like that. Should see them shortly. And the C-17 then is more of a heavy lift kind of aircraft. Can operate close to areas of potential combat and things like that. And can transport over 45 tons of cargo apparently, and including Chinook helicopters and other military vehicles. Looks like we have them in sight.
flight.
And Bong.
Good evening, Logan 808 Foxtrot in the Tedville, hold 3,000 feet, ready to commence.
Bongcom 967 clear to commence the procedure and reporting the left-hand turnout breaking off.
Clear to commence, World Cape on 67, we're fast.
And Logan our 808 Foxtrot, Roger, thank you. Your EAT's time 5 past the hour.
Roger, Logan 808 Fox.
So the A400 in front, followed by the C17 Globemaster. Beautiful. And in the left turn. Bongcom 967 cleared standard break-off procedure and report approaching Dunleary.
Report approaching Dunleary Bond 67, thanks.
So the C17, the one we saw, or the one we can see at the back. The aircraft's design kind of enables high angle steep approaches into conflict areas and stuff, which makes it really suitable for that kind of flying. It's operated and operates in places like Afghanistan, Tunisia, Iraq, and they have 9 of them in service, the RAF. And a max speed of 450 knots. They're coming back around there for their second fly pass.
Bond 67, come on, approaching Dunleary, ready to commence.
Bongcom 967, thank you. Cleared left turn on track the chimneys to commence the procedure and descent to 800 feet is approved. Report commencing.
Clear left on track the chimneys to descend to 800 approved and report commencing Bond 67, thanks.
And so the A400 being the one that we saw at the front then. RAF have 20 of those aircraft. The first one flew in 2009 and entered service with the RAF in 2014. And they can carry 116 troops, vehicles, helicopters, other various equipment. Nothing compared to the C-17 really, but a max payload of 37 tons. And we should see them again now shortly coming overhead. Not too bad, look at that. Logan Air 808 Foxtrot cleared left hand turn on track the chimneys now and descent to 1,700 feet is approved.
1,700 feet on track the chimneys, Logan 808 Foxtrot.
And so they'll call us over the chimneys shortly. And we have them in sight. So the VRAF A400 fleet from by the 70 Squadron base at Prize Norton. And the A400 can deploy 1,200 flares if needed apparently, and it has a lot of countermeasure systems in the aircraft. Here we go.
167 combine, chimney commencing.
Bongcom 967 and reporting the break off again, thank you.
167, work out.
for their final run. Here we go. A400 and the C17 over the Samuel Beckett Bridge.
Bond 67 display complete on the break off.
Bond 67, thank you very much, and contact Dublin 129175 standard break off. All the best.
Dublin 129175 on the standard break off. Bond 67, thanks very much. We'll see you soon.
Bye. And a big thanks to the RAF for doing that. Massive, always the most impressive displays. And Logan Air 808 Foxtrot, your clear left hand turn now to continue to the chimneys. Descent to 800 feet is approved and report a beam the Pigeon House chimneys for the procedure.
Roger, 800 feet, report a beam Pigeon House chimneys for the procedure, Logan 808 Fox.
Ghost to Warlord flight from Madras. We have an estimated approach time of 1935 still.
Ghost, Roger. Warlord, Roger.
So next up, the Logan Air Embraer 135 flown by Kieran Kane. So that aircraft first flew in 1995, and there's been over 1,200 produced, so a pretty successful aircraft. Logan Air have 17 of them in service as it stands. All of them owned by BMI Regional before their collapse in 2019, sadly. And they can carry on 37 passengers and has a range of 1,750 miles. And we should see him now shortly. He's just approaching the pool bag.
And Logan 808 Foxtrot approaching Pigeon House chimneys.
Logan Air 808 Foxtrot, thank you, have you in sight, and you cleared to commence the procedure. Report in the left turn out breaking off.
Roger, cleared to come CJ mobile report breaking off, Logan 808 Fox.
Can I get that model fixed?
Flightfest ops, good afternoon. City Jet 85 indicated for hold, 3,000 feet, ready to commence.
Roger, call you back.
Logan 808 Foxtrot breaking off.
Logan Air 808 to Foxtrot, thank you, and report approaching Dunleary.
Report Dunleary, Logan 808 Fox.
There we go. Lovely livery. Back to the Aviva.
City Jet 85, can we just get a comms check?
City Island 85, sorry, readability 5 by 5, your EAT, time 07.
You too.
A lot of work into this, as you can see. Paul, head of ADC operations, got all this put into the sector file for us. Much needed. So all the departures out of Dublin get vectored along this line.
Logan 808, Foxtrot, overhead Dublin Livery.
Logan 808 Foxtrot, thank you. Left turn to the Pigeon House chimneys and descent to 800 feet is approved.
800 feet, left turn, Pigeon House chimneys, Logan 808, Foxtrot.
Again.
Logan 808, Foxtrot, Pigeon House chimneys now.
Logan 808 Foxtrot, thank you. Clear to recommence the procedure and report the standard break-off.
Roger, report, standard break off, Logan 808, Foxtrot.
There we go. So 17 of these aircraft, Logan, are having service, as I said. There we go. In the iconic Logan Air livery.
Logan 808, Foxtrot, standard break off.
Logan 808 Foxtrot, thank you. City R8 flight cleared left hand turn to the Pigeon House chimneys and further descent with the procedure is approved. Report it being the chimneys.
Route to Pigeon House chimneys, descent for the procedure and call Pigeon House chimneys 85.
So City Ireland RJ85 about to commence.
Flightfest off skiing, runway 13 Fox, descend to 3,000 feet in a bodge job, Tedvo hold.
Runway 13 Fox, thank you. Maintain 3000 now reaching, continue Tedvo hold your EAT time 20.
Okay, continue to hold Tedvo, runway 13 Fox.
So next up is the City Ireland RG85, as I said, flown by Sabina. So first one in 1981, and they only weighed 387 of them, compared to 1,200 we said at the 135. CityJet have operated 56 of them since
CityJet 85 just coming up on the chimney.
and just have one remaining in service. CRD Ireland 85, roger, clear to commence the procedure.
Okay, so this is 5.
Flight mess off slogan 808 Foxtrot.
Over 808 Fox, go ahead.
Just confirm we stay on this frequency for now.
Negative, it was a handover to 129175.
So I didn't hear that. 129175, thanks.
No problem. So many of these actually have been sent to Canada to become fire bomber aircraft. The rest have been scrapped mainly. So from 56 down to...
CityJet 85, break off.
City Ireland 85, thank you. Get a better view of the delivery now next time. And City Ireland 85, clear left hand turn to Dunleary and a report overhead.
Left turn to Dunleary and call overhead 85.
So obviously they don't have this radar when they're doing the actual display. Well, this person who's manning this position wouldn't. So they're actually sitting here in this building beside the convention centre. PwC building, modelled not very well. And they sit there with a few radar screens, nothing fancy, and handheld radio, VHF comms, and operate the Flightfest Ops Flight Information Service Officer frequency for the day. So as we're and it's all visual basically.
CityJet 85, Dunleary.
City Ireland 85, thank you. At your own discretion, turn left to the Pigeon House chimneys and further descend with the procedure approved.
Turn left to the chimneys at own discretion, descend with procedure and call Pigeon House chimneys 85.
Running 13 Fox Fox. Next time over Tedvo, complete one left-hand orbit to roll out on track to the chimneys.
Okay, one last orbit here now, and then next time Tedvo on track chimneys, running 13 Fox Fox.
CityJet 85, switching out chimney.
CityJet 85, thank you. Have you in sight, clear to commence the procedure, and it's the standard break-off. When complete, report in the break-off.
Continuous procedure and standard break-off, and we'll call when breaking off. 85.
So again, the CityJet Avro RG85 flown by Sabina. For the final run, and there we go.
And 85 breaking off.
CityJet 85, thank you. Rhino 13 Fox 5, you can make that turn as tight as you can to the chimneys, and further descent to 800 feet is approved.
Okay, then to 800 feet, and now we're going to go to the chimneys, runner 13 Fox Fox.
City Ireland, correction, CityJet 85, standard break-off procedure, and Dublin Control 129175. Thanks a million, all the best.
Standard break-off 129175. Thank you very much. Have a brilliant evening. Bye-bye.
And CityJet 85, amendment to that, it's 120750 for Dublin Control. So as you can see, all this area is more or less temporary restricted area for Dublin traffic, because we've quite a few this evening into Dublin. Just normal.
Runner 13 Fox Fox, just up at the chimneys now, ready to commence.
Runner 13 Fox Fox, thank you, clear to commence the fly pass and report in the left-hand turn breaking off again.
Okay, clear on the fly past, and then report breaking off at St. Larry, runner 13 Fox Fox.
So, Luke Kelly flying the 77800 for Ryanair. One of the iconic fly pasts during the Flightfest 2013, kind of namely. go, in sight.
Runner 13 Fox Fox on the left turn.
Runner 13 Fox Fox, thank you, and report approaching Dunleary.
Report on Larry, runner 13 Fox Fox.
So that's the You'll Never Beat the Irish livery on the Ryanair 737-800. So Ryanair fly, as of now, 441 738s, and they took the first one in 1994, and it's the biggest 737-800 operator in the world.
Runner 13 Fox Fox approaching Dunleary.
Runner 13 Fox Fox, thank you from Dunleary. Left turn to the Patient House chimneys, and further descent is approved with the procedure. Report a beam.
Okay, from Dunleary then the Pigeon House chimneys, procedure approved. So report a beam the chimneys down 800 feet, runner 13 Fox Fox. Runner 13 Fox Fox approaching chimneys.
Runner 13 Fox Fox, thank you, and clear to commence the procedure. Report breaking off.
Okay, procedure report breaking off, runner 13 Fox Fox.
And in sight. So Ryanair 737s fly about 2,500 flights a day on a normal day over Europe and Northern Africa. There we go.
Runner 13 Fox Fox breaking off.
Runner 13 Fox Fox, thank you. Dublin 120750.
120750, runner 13 Fox Fox, cheers, all the best.
Jeez, it's getting so foggy now. So that was the 737-800 flown by Louis Kelly. And next up we have another display from the VRF. And they're just formatting now, if we listen to their frequency. So we're on their formatting frequency here, 126.6, we'll be able to hear them.
Draft 02, Warlord 1 flight 2 Typhoons. We are 2,000 feet above, request join.
Warlord 11 Madras 02, roger, join left and right as pre-briefed. I'm in the left-hand turn, roll outbound in the hold, level 4,000 feet, speed 220 knots.
Warlord 11.
Rhino 13 Fox, Dublin 12075.
Warlord aboard.
Warlord, roger. Okay, Madras 02, 10 seconds to turn on Vulcan. Madras 02 coming left now. And Madras starting slow descent to 1,700 feet.
Ghost.
Flightfest Madras Combine inbound Tedvo descending 1,700 feet.
Madras Combine, Flightfest ops, good evening, roger, continue descent to altitude 800 feet, and from Pigeon House Chimneys, clear to commence the procedure, reported beam Pigeon House Chimneys.
Okay, descending to 800 feet, we're clear to commence the procedure, and we'll report the stacks at Madras Combine.
So, next up from the Virtual Royal Air Force. So, we have a few in this now. First of all, the RAF A230 Voyager, which the model will show something for. So it's their sole air-to-air refueling tanker, and also operates as a strategic air transport aircraft. So it has two underwing pods for fueling aircraft, like fast jets, and a centerline hose for use by large aircraft like the A400 we saw earlier on. So the fuel is offloaded from the aircraft's wing and fuselage tanks, and that leaves the cabin free for about 290 people inside. And then they have the hold, of course, for freight as well. So they're just approaching Tedvo now, so they're about 5 miles away. Then also in the Madras Combine we have two Typhoons flown by Scott Daniels and Jack Sutton. So the proper name for the Eurofighter Typhoon FGR Mk4, very capable and very, very agile 4th generation combat aircraft. What else can we say? It was manufactured in a joint operation between Airbus and BAE Systems, and it first flew in 1994, and was declared combat ready by the RAF in 2008, and has been deployed since around the world, places like the Falklands, Libya, Syria, Japan, Estonia, and the RAF has 160 of them, mainly used for QRA, Quick Reaction Alert, in the UK, and they're flown by the 29th Squadron, based at RAF Coningsby by the VRAF. So we should see them. And then we also have Lee Roberts flying the Lockheed Martin F-35B Lightning aircraft, 5th generation combat aircraft for ground attack and air defense missions with stealth capability.
And Madras Combine passing the stacks 800 feet.
Madras Combine, thank you, and report breaking off.
Okay, Madras.
Okay, problem with them all, but we'll get them better next time. And there they go, breaking off. In very good formation, the A230, one F-35B and two Typhoons.
Madras 02 on the break.
Madras 02, thank you, left turn to Dunleary and report commencing the left turn to the Chimneys.
Left turn to Dunleary and Wilco, Madras 02.
Welcome up to 167, set on the descent to the prize north from the time of the island, 7 Golf.
.30 to roll out, leveling now. Rolling out now.
So we can hear them speaking on their own frequency.
And slightly south of the harbour, that's fine. Coming left slightly is correct.
Jack out display in the A330 Voyager.
And Madras Combine will be slightly south of Dunleary just to make the turn for the next run-in work out.
Madras Combine 02, that's no problem at all, thank you.
Okay, chaps, you've got about another 30 seconds on this heading. That'll be a slow left-hand turn, about 25 degrees angle of bank to roll in again. Madras, we're approaching South Beam, Dunleary, ready to commence.
Madras, thank you. And when you are ready, left turn on track, the Pigeon House chimneys is approved, and no altitude constraints now, just not above 2,000 feet.
Okay, when ready, left turn approved, and no altitude constraints. Madras. Okay, Madras, coming left now. Starting to let it down. About 90 degrees to roll out. .400 feet to roll out. Rolling out now. Gently. 300 feet to level off.
So here they come, just over Tedva now, we should see them shortly. So the A230 Voyager, and then an F-35B, and then 2 Eurofighter Typhoons. In a very impressive formation, as we saw. Models are fixed now, thank God.
And Madras, coming in the stack 800 feet.
Madras, thank you. Clear to commence the procedure and report breaking off.
Clear to commence, Wilco, Madras.
Look at that.
Okay, coming right slightly. Leveling. A little bit of pull. Rolling out. Now.
And the virtual Royal Air Force overhead.
And Flightfest stops. Your Transit 757 is in hold.
And Madras coming up a little bit, a bit of pull, and coming left now.
Vision 657, roger.
Madras breaking off, heading 250, climbing 3,000 feet.
Madras, thank you. Continue standard break off, Dublin 120750. Nice job, thanks a million, all the best.
Standard break off 120750, Madras. See you later, thanks.
That was incredible. So,
Go stop.
that's the final show from the VRAF anyway for now. And your chance 6.
Madras climbing 1,500 feet to level off. We'll keep 230 knots, gently to lift.
Can please, and descent to 800 feet is approved.
We'll continue that left turn towards the chimneys, and we'll descend 800 feet. Your Transit 757.
Dublin, Madras, combine, standard break off, heading 250, climbing altitude 3,000 feet.
That was incredible. Massive thanks to the Royal Air Force as well for doing that for us. Very, very impressive. So the next up, DHL 757-200 freighter, flown by Luke Murray. So 757 back in the day was designed to replace the 727, which at the time was very, very bad on fuel efficiency. So it was designed to combat that fuel efficiency problem, but also keep the 727's short field capability. So DHL here,
Address to increasing speed, looking to 250 knots, gently.
They operate 23 757 freighters. All of them are actually passenger converted freighters, and they can take a payload of 32 tons. This one specifically being based at East Midlands, and as usual on 757s, two Orbi 211s. So we should see that aircraft coming over shortly.
Okay, 1500 feet to level off, speed's coming up 250 knots. Address 02, something between 100 and 200 will work out just fine.
And Eurotron 6757 approaching.
Eurotron 6757, roger, thank you, and clear to commence the procedure, descent to 800 feet approved, report breaking off.
Sorry, say again, 3 Eurotron 6757, you're a bit quiet.
Address 02, okay, we're starting up to flight level 160.
Descent to 800 feet is approved and you're clear to commence the procedure.
Roger, 800 feet approved and we're clear to commence the procedure, Eurotron 6757.
Very dull sky.
And Eurotron 6757 breaking off.
Thanks, Eurotron 6757, left hand turn, Dunleary and then the chimneys, reported being Pigeon House chimneys to commence the procedure.
Left turn towards Dunleary and we'll call you when actually say the last bit again for Eurotron 6757.
Left hand turn to Dunleary and then left to the Pigeon House chimneys and report approaching the Pigeon House chimneys.
Roger, left turn towards Dunleary and then towards Pigeon House chimneys and we'll call you when approaching Eurotron 6757.
we have our next few coming into the CTA now. So to give you a rundown of what's happening later on to finish up, we have the DHL 757 coming in to commence their fly past, then a Norwegian 787-900 Dreamliner aircraft, Aer Lingus A320. We'll visit then from 4 RAF people again, then 2 Typhoons and 2 F-35Bs, followed by the Etihad Airways 7810 Greenliner, and a possibility of another surprise at the end. So after the Eurotrans, then we have visit from the Etihad 787, the possibility of maybe an F-35, F-15 even in before that, and the Red Nose 787 to fit as well. Okay, it looks like this F-15 is going to be joining us next then. So, the US Air Force, so we have the F-15 Eagle flown by Mike Wheeler. So the F-15 is an all-weather tactical fighter aircraft and it flew in 1972 first. It's one of the most successful ever, everybody knows the name of it. Almost no losses in aerial combat and a top speed of Mach 2.4, so it's the fastest combat aircraft ever built in the US. And in 1985 it was the first aircraft.
Flightfest stop, good evening. Excel 61 with you. At Tedrow, ready to commence.
Exile 61, thank you. If you could commence that left turn now to the Pigeon House Chimneys and best forward speed to the Pigeon House Chimneys, you're number 1.
Roger, number 1, and copy en route to the Chimneys.
CTA is very busy now, getting a bit busier anyway. Exile 61, thank you. You can keep up that speed. Descent to 800 feet is approved and report it being the Chimneys.
Roger, cleared down to 800 and report when leaving Chimneys. Excel 61. And Excel 61 passing Chimneys.
Exile 61, thank you. Too fast.
And 61 on the break.
Exile 61, thank you. Left turn to Dunleary and then you can continue the left turn to the chimney stacks again.
Roger, left to Dunleary, then left again to the Chimneys for Excel 61.
So big thanks to Mike Wheeler for doing this, taking the F-15 over. So the US Air Force has 400 of these aircraft and 2 of them are actually based at RAF Lakenheath in the UK, if they ever need them. And Exile 61, thanks for the speed. At your own discretion, turn left to the Pigeon House Chimneys and descend to 800 feet.
Roger, descend to 800 and route for the Chimneys, Excel 61.
So we should see them now.
And Excel 61 at Chimneys.
Exile 61, thank you, and clear to commence procedure again. Here they come at lightning speed over the Liffey. I'm gonna try and keep up with them this time. There they go. Exile 6-1, nice job. You can fly the standard break off and contact Dublin 12075. Bye.
Roger, standard breakup 121.175 for XR61.
Thanks. That was really cool. Again, big thanks.
Flightfest off, hello, red nose 8787, just turning outbound leg in the Tedbo hold, descending to 1700.
Red Nose 8787, good evening, thank you. You can cancel the Tedvo hold and make a left turn all the way around back to Tedvo to commence the procedure.
Okay, cancel hold, left turn direct to Tedvo to commence the procedure, red nose 8787.
So, that concludes the military stuff for now, until we get a little bit later. So, we have a Norwegian Air UK 7879 now, flown by William Collington. And there's been 977 789s built, and Norwegian have 37 of them. The first flew in 2009, and it has a massive range, 7,300 miles, and can fly at Mach 9, or Mach decimal 9 even. And fun fact, the aircraft has about 2.3 million components in it, just showing how complex the systems in it are. So we should see. So Red Nose going to Tedvo to then commence a procedure. About 10 miles to run. Red Nose 8787, descent to 800 feet is approved, and left turn to the chimneys now please, and report a beam to Pigeon House chimneys.
Okay, descent to 800 feet approved, and route direct now to the chimneys, and we'll report a beam to chimneys for nose 8787.
So Red Nose 787 we should see coming up shortly. Right, 8787 have you in sight now, clear to commence the procedure and report breaking off.
Clear to commence the procedure and we'll report breaking off for those 8787.
Beautiful. So Norwegian 787-900 overhead.
Red Nose 8787 is breaking off.
Red Nose 8787, thank you. Left turn to Dunleary and report approaching Dunleary.
Left hand to Dunleary and we'll report approaching Dunleary, Red Nose 8787. Red Nose 8787 is reporting Dunleary.
Red Nose 8787, thank you. Left turn now to the Pigeon House chimneys and report commencing the procedure.
Okay, left hand now towards the Pigeon House chimneys and we'll report commencing the procedure, Red Nose 8787. Red Nose 8787 is abeam the chimneys.
Red Nose 8787, thank you. I have you in sight, clear to commence the procedure and report breaking off.
Report breaking off, thank you, Red Nose 8787.
Nice match of the colours. Norwegian 787.
Red Nose 8787 is breaking off.
Red Nose 8787, thank you. Standard break off 250 degrees to 3000.
Standard break off, Red Nose 8787.
Red Nose 8787, contact Dublin Control 12075.
120.75, thank you, Red Nose 8787.
Bye.
Flightfest office, good evening, Shamrock 1936, descending to 1700 feet in the hold at Tedville.
Sure, 1936, thank you. The hold is cancelled. Best forward speed to the Pigeon House chimneys, please.
Best forward speed to the Pigeon House chimney, Shamrock 1936. Shamrock 1936, just beam to the Pigeon House chimneys.
Sure, 1936, Roger, if you could reconnect to your join FS to check that connection, and you're cleared to commence the procedure.
Okay, we'll check that and clear procedure, Shamrock 1936. Shamrock 1936, any better there?
Negative, standby.
Shamrock 1936, breaking off Dunleary.
1936, roger. PM. Shamrock 1936, if you could pick up an easterly track from your present position and decline to altitude 3,000 feet.
Okay, easterly heading 3,000 feet, Shamrock 1936.
Whiskey 395, sound check.
5 by 5. Joining us next. Let me see. ASL Airlines ATR 72, flown by John Coughlin. And another fun fact is every 8 seconds an ATR lands or takes off somewhere around the world. So ASL Airlines is Ireland's third biggest airline by fleet size and the only cargo operator home based in the country. Shamrock 1936, for your radar service recommence, contact 12075. Bye-bye.
12075, Shamrock 1936.
So currently ASL Airlines has a fleet of 38 aircraft and they operate on behalf of companies such as
Flightfest Ops, good evening, contract 8991, we're saying 2000 to Dunleary, ready to commence.
Contract 8991, hello, you are number 1, so from Dunleary, track to the Pigeon House chimneys and report to be in the chimneys.
From Dunleary to the chimneys, and we call you the chimneys, contract 8991.
And contract 8991, passing Dunleary over the bay at descent to 800 feet approved.
Once past Dunleary over the bay, descending to 800, contract 8991.
So we should see John coming over shortly. So yeah, 38 aircraft they have. A very varied fleet size. And if anybody can spot it, we have 2 special guests coming in from Heathrow. Whoever can guess who they are.
Contract 8991 approaching the chimneys 800.
Contract 8991, thank you, and clear to commence a procedure report breaking off.
Clear to commence the procedure, quite breaking off, contract 8991.
So we should see John coming through the clouds shortly to commence his run. And in sight. ATR 72500 in the contractor colours. And currently flying at 150 knots across the ground, 600 feet. And there we go.
Contract 8991 is breaking off.
Contract 8991, thank you. Standard left turn to Dunleary and then a left to the Pigeon House chimneys and report approaching the chimneys.
Standard left turn to Dunleary, left turn again to the Pigeons, call approaching the Pigeons, contract 8991.
So flying over South City Centre now to go back around to Dunleary.
Contract 8991 is approaching the Pigeon House chimneys, descending to 800.
Contract 8991, thank you, and clear to recommence procedure, report breaking off.
Clear to commence the procedure, call you breaking off, contract 8991.
So, we should see John coming over now. There we go.
Ghost combine check.
Hey.
Flight ops Ghost at 2-1 combine in the Tefto hold ready to commence. So it'll be 2:30 knots right.
Ghost Combine, thank you, and your EAT will be in about 1 or 2 minutes. I'll call you back. And actually, Ghost Combine 1, when ready, clear the left hand turn on track, Tedvo cancel.
Flight ops Ghost combine.
Ghost Combine, when ready, sorry, you're cleared left hand turn on track, Tedvo hold is cancelled, you're number 1.
On track, Tedvo hold cancelled, Ghost combine. As your copy will be speed 230 knots right.
That's copied, thank you.
Lovely.
Don't know why the model does that. A lovely shot of the ATR 72-500 flown by John, ASL Airlines, contractor colours. And he'll make a left turn now, 250 degree, 3,000 feet, and go back to Dublin with radar vectors from Dublin Control.
Contract 8991 is breaking off.
Contract 8991, thank you, standard break off, and Dublin 120750 Slán.
Standard break off, Dublin 120750, contract 8991, Cheers, guys.
And Ghost Combine, it's all yours now. Descent to 800 feet is approved. Report approaching Pigeon House chimneys.
10 to 800 feet, report approaching the chimneys. Ghost combine. Ghost put.
So, thanks to John for flying. The next very high speed group from the VRF again for their final display. So they've given us 2 Typhoons again and an F-35B, and they're all flown. Lee Roberts, Scott Daniels, and we also have Jack Sutton back again in the Typhoon. They're just approaching Tedvo now, indicating 240 across the ground. And these guys will be followed by Etihad 78710. So a quick look onto the radar screen, we can see them here. Lee Roberts heading off the display in the F-35B and the 2 Typhoons following.
Ghost combine, beam the stacks.
Ghost Combine, thank you from the stacks, clear to commence the procedure and report breaking off.
Commence Wilco, Ghost.
Let me see the lights. So, they're there. F-35B and 2 Typhoons for the VRF's final display. They spent a lot of time planning. An awful lot of time, as have we, for this. And you can clearly tell by this formation even the amount of planning that they put into it as they shoot overhead.
Ghost coming left now. Easing it up, holding the bank now. Ghost on the break-off.
Ghost, thank you. Standard break off to Dunleary and report approaching Dunleary.
Wilco Ghost. Little bit of power. Holding the turn. Rolling out now. Leveling. Easing the speed, leveling, right, steady now. Reset 230 knots. That goes combine is Dunleary.
Ghost Combine, thank you. And left turn to Pigeon House Chimneys to commence the procedure and report commencing, please.
Left turn to the Pigeon House, Wilco Ghost. Ghost coming left now, descending 800. Holding the bank now. Tightening. Tightening the turn. Easing it out, easing it out. Steady.
And just on top of the display right now we have the Etihad.
Coming left now. Leveling. Rolling it out.
Sit right here.
Ghost to beam the chimneys.
Sight. Ghost in sight, thank you, and report breaking off.
Ghost Roger, Ghost Warlord 1-2 is breaking off, 1-2 continue as Singleton.
Copied. Warlord 1-2, you can fly the standard break off heading 250, climbing to 3000.
Standard break off, climbing 3000, Warlord 1-2. Ghost coming left now.
Lovely. The models aren't correct, but better than nothing.
Ghost Combine breaking off.
Ghost Combine, thank you. Standard break off, and it's Dublin 12075.
Standard break off, 12075. Many thanks for having us. Ghost Combine. Ghost.
Thanks for coming, as always. And Warlord 12, climb to altitude 5,000 feet, please. Contact Dublin 12075.
5,000, 12075, Warlord 12.
Next up, the Etihad 7810.
Hey. Ghost, set speed 300. Ghost level 4000.
So, that is the RAF's final display complete, and massive thank you to them for coming and organising all that themselves. Massive amount of prep goes into it. Next up we have the Etihad 7810 flown by Conor O'Brien, and the Etihad, not the Etihad, but the 7810, unsurprisingly, is the world's longest twin-engine aircraft, 68 metres long. So, their aircraft Alpha 6 Bravo Mike Hotel being the ride, the Greenliner, is used by Etihad to research different initiatives for sustainability.
Flightfest off the low Etihad 8021 direct Tadvo 1700 feet.
And Etihad, let me see, Etihad 8021, thank you. Turn left to the Pigeon House chimneys from your present position, descend to 800 feet.
Direct Pigeon House chimneys and descend 800 feet, Etihad 8021.
And these initiatives that they're doing so far included being the first 787 to use a biofuel kind of blend, and trialling plastic-free flights from Abu Dhabi to Brisbane, Australia in 2019. It's pretty interesting. So this is the second last display from Conor O'Brien, and then we have two special guests. You can guess what they're.
Etihad 8021 beam Pigeon House chimneys.
There he is. Etihad 8021, have you in sight, thank you. Clear to commence the procedure, report breaking off.
Clear to commence the procedure, report breaking off, Etihad 8021.
Ghost rolling out.
Whiskey 359 requesting taxi for VFR departure to Brussels.
Etihad 8021 breaking off.
Etihad 8021, thank you. Left turn to Dunleary.
Direct Dunleary 8021.
Ghost coming right. Rolling out now.
And Etihad 8021 at your own discretion, turn left to the Pigeon House chimneys, report approaching them.
Roger, when ready, left turn Pigeon House chimneys report in sight, Etihad 8021.
Ghost leveling 5250.
So the Etihad on its way back. Etihad 8021, have you in sight? You're clear to commence the procedure and report in the straight ahead, break off.
Very clear to commence procedure and report breaking off, Etihad 8021.
We should see, and there we are. In the left turn, beautiful. And now they're going to do a toga break off. .20 nose up, full thrust. Etihad 8021, standard break off, contact Dublin 12075, all the best.
Standard break off to 12075, thanks for having me, Etihad 0021.
Bye. Beautiful, that was nice. And the final guests we have, well, we'll just let you see for yourselves when they come. Two big planes. So the final display is just approaching Tedvo. We'll have to wait for them. Looks like we have a few people that know what's coming up, but for the rest, yeah. We have two aircraft formating over the Dublin Bay now for a low and slow fly past. And I can just about make out two aircraft.
Flightfest ops, speedbird 100 flight, we are inbound to the chimney.
0100 flight, hello, thanks for coming. From Tedvo, you're cleared to descend to 800 feet to the chimney stacks and report over, correction, report it being the chimneys.
Flightfest ops, speedbird 100 flight.
Wrong button, speedbird flight, thank you. You're cleared from Tedvo to the Pigeon House chimneys and report it being them. Descent to 800 feet is approved.
Okay, descend 800 feet, being the chimneys, speed 100 flight.
Speedbird 100 flight, so we'll see shortly what they are. So here they come, Dan and Simon Kelsey from British Airways Virtual. Two lovely 747s. The BAV on the way. Beautiful. So your 100 flight, you cleared left hand turnout on track to the bay again, and you can call me leaving the coastline.
Left hand turnout, climbing altitude 1,700 feet, speedbird 100.
So thanks to these guys for coming at such short notice. They're making their way now somewhere. There they go. Jesus, very low. To the coastline, and then for our final flight past for Flightfest 2020, Virtual Flightfest 2020 I should say. 5 minutes early, scheduled to finish in 5 minutes.
And the speedbird 100 flight is outbound.
So your 100 flight, thank you, at your own discretion, cleared left-hand turnout to the Pigeon House chimneys once again for a very low fly past of the River Liffey.
At our own discretion, cleared for a left-hand turnout back to the chimneys for a very low fly past, speedbird 100 flight. Speedbird 100 flight, we are back inbound to the chimney.
Sierra 100 flight, roger, thank you, report to be in the chimneys.
Sierra 100 flight.
So here they come for one very low fly past over the river. So, in the meantime, a massive thank you to everybody who flew. Every single pilot who flew tonight and took the time to do that was much appreciated. For a very successful Flightfest, and hopefully won't be the last. We might make it an annual thing as well as Bray. So, from the little PC9s to the 747s, it was much appreciated and enjoyable. And a massive well done to Nathan Gray, the man himself from Vader, who organised the entire thing. Him and Louis Kelly, and not really me, but him and Louis organising it. Did an absolutely incredible job getting the briefing out to everybody. And here they come. Let's see what a very low flight past is. Here they come. So to the VRAF and BAV, and all the controllers and pilots and Vader as well, and anybody else. Big thank you. Sierra 100 flight, lovely job. Thank you very much. Appreciate you coming over here. So it's a standard break off and Dublin 12075. All the best.
Standard break off, Dublin 12075. Thank you, Speedbird 100 flight, our pleasure.
And a very glowing building. So, thanks to everybody for watching, and thanks as well to Federico and Paul from Vader for controlling alongside today, and Nathan. It was a really good success, and hope everybody enjoyed it. So, might be streaming in the next few days again, some ATC and things. And until then, we will leave you with somewhere if we can find one.